Welcome back to my channel, but I'm not welcoming anybody back because I videoed. My daughter-in-law showed up. I put it on pause. I went in and had lunch with her. I made her a hamburger with onions and mushrooms, and she had some cake and blah, blah, blah. And the next thing I know, I came back and started it, and I hit the wrong button. I was only 10 minutes in. So I just got a text message, and I looked up, and I thought it was videoing, and it was a message from a friend, but my phone was black, so it had gone to sleep, so I slid it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not even videoing. So what I did in the 10 minutes that I thought I was, so I reintroduced everybody to my journal. This is Joey Cardmaker's Kit, Groovy. He has 2 on Etsy. One is the images, or ephemera pack or whatever, and then the paper pack is the other kit, and then he has a freebie on Ko-fi. So this is his kit. I'm doing this Groovy journal. Cover's not done. This is Joey's main thing. Look at those. Hey life, look at me. Da, 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 da. Okay, then we get into, I bought a kit on Etsy yesterday. I typed in 60s hippies, and I got some pretty cool images. That was a whole different direction of the 60s than what Joey has, which is fine because the 60s changed from the beginning to the end of the 60s. We went from, we went through the mini skirts and the mod hair and the big eyes and the makeup and the boots and the flower power, moved into the revolution, the hippies, the love and peace and the beads and the smoking dope and going to India with your guru. And it was a very diverse Woodstock, the British invasion. I lived the 60s, so I know all this. And then this is from a teen magazine. I just thought it was a really neat page, so I just used it as background. Joey's. This is from a teen, totally mod. I cut that all up in a clever way to fit it on. I just got done doing this on video, and nobody was watching, apparently. 1962, Bossa Nova miniskirt and sitcom. And that's from a Reminisce magazine, I think, this one. And this is I got this at the library. This is 2021, April, May. They give away magazines every so often, and I go in and I scarf them up. And this, okay, so that's that. I put one of Joey's pockets here, which I have nothing in it yet. We'll just do this. So this is from that kit on Etsy. I'll look that up and tag it. So then this was a big page in the Reminisce magazine. It was talking about the pop art of the times, and Archie, Jughead, and the gang hit it big with Sugar Sugar in 1969. The syrupy tune topped the charts in the U.S., Canada, and the U.K. In Britain, it even bested the Beatles' Get Back. So it wouldn't fit. It was bigger, and I was going to lose a bunch of them, so I made the determination that I would cut it and do this and flip because, you either lose the dog. Don't want to lose the dog. That was their... Well, I could have. But anyway, I'm happy with what I decided to do. I'm going to make a flip, and I'm going to put... Not that. This says Spotlight. I think I'm going to put that word on there. So let's get that down. Make decisions, and if you overthink it, it's just... I have so many tucks and corner tucks and pockets from Joey that, I could alter these pages more, which I might do that too. This is not cooperating. There we go. I'm sick of this glue. I know you guys will like it. I am sick of playing this needle game. Look at this. This is just dumb. It's just dumb. I'm not doing it. I can't wait for it to run out. I'm never buying it again. I'm not going to buy the art glitter glue. I'm not going to buy the Barely Art glue. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. So that's that. I don't like these little needles. It doesn't come out fast enough. By the time I get it around the page, it's already drying. And I realize it only takes a thin line. But I am moving on, girl. Okay, so let's maybe start down here, I think. That might have been a bad decision. Okay, there we go. That's going to be cut off. I can do that with my knife. Oops, I better wait for that to dry, I bet. Yeah, I better wait for that to dry. That's gonna... Okay, so this can be a flip out. Let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna let it flip out. I'm still gonna just put spotlight here because that's just kind of cute. Let's see if I can tear it. I feel like I'm all thumbs here. So good food. We've had good food for a couple days. My son's friends here from Minnesota, and they cook when they're together. Right now they're out geocaching. They found a whole bunch. They came back yesterday. They left to do it. It's a new thing. They were reading about it, and they said, "Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of them around here, like all around the lake." And I'm like, "What is it?" And they're explaining it to me. So they're like, "Let's go do it." They were back in like 20 minutes. I'm like, "What do you? What's going on? It's not gonna work. It's too thin." Let's see. Scrap. Well, they found a whole bunch of stuff and they needed a container. And they brought it in and had a funny story. Apparently my son reached at the bottom of a fence post where it was supposed to be. There was a hole at the fence post and he reached down and pulled all the grass away. Oh, I tell you, life never gets boring for me. A mouse ran out and he screamed like a little, you know what. He said his friend said he just screamed, ah, ah! Like the first one was like an initial. He said, I knew something ran across my hand. And then when I realized something ran across my hand, I really did scream. I said, why are you reaching in like that? You need to take gloves or like a meat tongs thing, like you pull your roast out, you know, one of those kind of like a meat fork. I said, don't be doing that. Oh my gosh. Anyway, a big old fat field mouse went running out. And it was like a bunch of fluffy stuff, which I'm guessing, and walnuts. And I said, well, that was probably, we have a lot of cottonwood trees around the lake, probably cottonwood fluff. But they looked up when are baby mice born. My son's like, oh, I wonder if there were baby mice in there. Who cares? Oh, he called them pinkies, I think. I don't know anything about rodents, but they had so much fun. They found all kinds of stuff. So they're going to download the app, and then you have to have permission to leave things. But they did leave some stuff. But to make their own, where you can give clues and stuff, you have to be approved. And I gave them a Santa that I had carved and painted probably 20 years ago, and it was about this long. It was a square, like a dowel, and I carved the hat in, and I used that Santa snow stuff. This is back when all I did was paint wood. And I said, it was in my china cupboard sitting. It's like the last one of them, and I don't care about it. Anyway, I said, because you give clues, I said, oh, leave this and put ho, ho, ho for the clue. Or believe, you know, because always believe, like in the Miracle on 34th Street. Is it 34th? Miracle on 34th. So they took some actual real crystals, because my son collects them. He buys them by like 50-pound boxes. And then he makes, oh, that reminds me, Mitzi wanted one. He makes things with wire with them. But anyway, I took some pretty cool stuff. He had a thing from an antique shop that he got in Fargo, North Dakota, and it was, what did it say? 6 flags on it, and it was a wood thing that you put shot glasses on. No, that's not what he's donating. It's a thing about this big, and it has a little windmill painted on it, and it's all hand painted, and then the things on the windmill spin, and it said, it had a state on it or something. Maybe it said, I don't know what it said. That's freaking crooked. So there's my flip out. That's kind of cute. I could put a band here. But anyway, they are off doing that again. I made them a geo journal, a geo whatever logbook, because I had a couple of those dollar composition books. I had a couple of those, and I put green cardstock in my printer, and I went on Word and I composed a whole cover. It's actually turned out really cute. And I drew mountains with a Sharpie, and I used a really cool font that I used to use a lot. And I said, I'll go in and make a log book for you. It looks actually really fun. And I have my one son, I think my 2 older sons both would enjoy it. So this is going to be off. Let's see if it's dry enough. Okay, no sliding, just poking. So that's that. I haven't filmed all weekend. We played dice last night. It's called Liar's Dice. It's fun. And we played 5 Crowns. That's a card game. If you like to play card games, buy it. It's we got it at Barnes & Noble. I think it was like $8. But I think you could just get 2 decks of cards and do it. Yeah, probably at least 2 decks of cards. Because it takes, it takes more than 4 of each suit or, number. Okay, so there's that. I could do another pocket. Oh, what have I got going on here? That's cute. We could turn that into a pocket. So there's that one. I think I used that one. I have this. Oh, I like this. I was going to use that, but I don't know. This is Reminisce. Yeah, I don't want that. I want the teens. There's this. Oh, the Beatles. The Beatles. Get back. New York police struggle to hold the line against the rabid fans of the Beatles. Fanatic to glimpse the Fab Four outside the Warwick Hotel. In 1965, the band stayed there for an August 15th show at Shea Stadium. Look at them. Cool. I'm not ready to use that. Let's just get a teen. Where are my teens? There we go. Look at her. How cute is she? Look at these shoes. See, now look. That is so completely 60s. And the hair, that was me. Okay, we don't want to discuss what I look like. Let's see if we can find, these are cool. Okay, this is cool. Miss America shoes. That's not coming out. What's going on here? Oh my gosh. That's cute. Miss America shoes from $8 to $13. Oh my gosh. Okay, put that in. Will that fit? It's going to fit if we clean this up a little. Oops, that fell out. So the fishing is going crazy. There was a guy that caught a muskie that was, I bet it was 30 inches long. I don't know, it was long. My son went fishing yesterday, the one that owns the bait tackle gun shop. He went fishing yesterday. He caught 30 fish in an hour. And they weren't even all crappie. They were, what did he say? Walleye and bass. I'm not into fishing, but I just thought it was, you know, spring fever. Everybody's like over it. But there were tons of boats out. It's supposed to snow, FYI, tomorrow. 70 today, and it's either snow tomorrow or Wednesday. But it's not going to mount or anything. It'll melt. It'll hit the ground and be gone. Be gone with you. I'm going to put this on, and then I'm going to trim my hair. So this is an actual 60s ad. I love these ads. Let's put this on here. I hate this glue. Can I say I hate this glue again? Stuck to me. Stuck on you. So we played dice last night. It's called Liar's Dice. And we started out with 8 dice each. It was just my son, his friend, and me. And so, like, I would say how many I think there is of a certain number, but the next person has to go up. So I said, I think there are 3 2s. So then my son's next, and he would go, you can't say 3, you have to go up. So he'd say, I think there are 4 5s, because maybe he has a couple 5s. So that's kind of a safe bet. Anyway, it goes on and on and on. And then finally it'll get to somebody and they'll say one, like, I think there's 6 1s. You'll go, I think you're lying. So then everybody has to show their dice. And if there are not 6 1s, the person that said it has to give up a dice. And you go on and on and on till till everybody's out of dice and there's one person left. It's a lot of fun. So we played that for a while. I was the first person out. The last time we played it with Gianna, my French friend that's not French. And she went out right away. And we taught them, her and her husband had come over. And we taught them. And she's, it takes a while. I still have to say, now what? Wait, what? And then we played the card game King's Crown, which is probably my favorite game now. I absolutely love it. And there's the white Joker, and whatever round it is, like you start out with 3 cards. So the Joker and the 3 are both wild. Then the next round hand is, after somebody goes out, is Joker and 4, then Joker and 5. And I threw With the wild cards down. So we got that. We've got this shoe ad. I'm going to give up the Archies. This is very bright and fun. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it. Trim part of this off. So what else? That's all we played this weekend for games. Some weekends we played. A couple weeks ago we played till 2 in the morning. Oh my gosh. One of them goes, do you know what time it is? It's 2 o'clock. Oh, instantly you feel tired. When you find out what time it is, then you're tired. It's all psychological. It was about 10:30 when we played till last night. We had champagne, and I bought this skinny syrups on Amazon with my Valentine money from my ex-husband, who always remembers me. They're called skinny syrups, and they're just 0 sugar and all that. Well, anyway, I bought two for waters. I want to get a whole set. But anyway, one of them was called Peach Bellini, so it said on the back that you can put a pump of it in champagne. So we have champagne left from New Year's Eve that we haven't even used. So we had a whole bunch of bottles and just didn't drink it. So we tried that, and it was no, I'm not doing that again. It didn't taste good to me. So, and that was it. I had one of those. I could barely gag it down. It ruined the champagne is what it did, and it was cheap champagne. Regardless, it's from Costco, so we're not high rollers here on game night. But it was fun. It's more about just getting together and having fun. You don't have to show off and have expensive champagne. And I'm not a beer drinker, so that's out of the picture. There we go. Just give me a Diet Coke. Okay, there's that. Okay, we got the shoe ad. That's cute. I could put a, gosh, I got all these pockets. I don't want to lose a pocket thing, though, with it. I got tiny ones. We could put an up tuck here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Boy, it helps when you got everything cut out and ready to go. A lot. And Joey's kit is full of that stuff. You never have to try to get things made. It's done for you. There you go. So let's see. Can we pop up there? None of these things are backed yet. I have a lot of tags that are ready. This one's ready. Oh, this one I put a pocket on the back. Okay, I'll leave that. This one I want to fold. I think I'll make it a pocket. So let's line this with the paper. And then that'll be cute. We also saw some horrific news today on my Instagram. This guy set himself on fire outside the embassy. A military guy. How sad. Air Force. We're not going to get into the politics, but holy cow, could you imagine being a mom to that boy and that young man, I should say. Lots of political commentary around it, but you know what? That's all I'm saying. Can you imagine? And the videos are all up. You can watch them if you choose. Yeah, and I did. They did blur out the one I saw. The guy that had it. Of course, there's a lot of people covering it. He had it blurred out, so that's good. Because and they come running the the police, the PD there at the. It's in Washington D.C. They came running with fire extinguishers and horrific. You just have to hope. I mean, as a mom, would you just hope they went fast, or would you hope that they survived with the burns? You wouldn't want that, would you? Want your child to survive with burns like that? Here's a scrap that might actually work. It will. I'm just going to slap it on, and trim after. Gosh, I had to go through watching my kid in pain. 2 of them. One got shot in the back of the leg. He was hunting with his cousins. It was an accident. They'd all gone through hunter safety course, and it was not the gun that shot him. It was the accident of the kid that was doing it. It was his cousin, and they weren't alone. They were with their dad, not my husband. My son was with his cousins and their dad, so his uncle. Well, it'd be my cousin's husband, but regardless. And they were walking along a dike. They were pheasant hunting, and he tripped and fell, and it's the only gun, rifle, that's, I can't remember if it was Winchester or Smith & Wesson, whatever it was. It was made without a safety. It had no safety feature, no lock. So, and it was an old one. It was just happened, it was just an accident. So my nephew, or my cousin's husband, so that would be my cousin, he come running in the house, and I was in the kitchen on the computer, and he goes, you need to get off the computer, and Chase has been shot. And I go, what? You liar. I literally said that, you liar. I said, you liar, like that. And he goes, no, we had an accident. He got shot in the leg. We need to get him to the hospital. And it hit me like, the feeling came over me, I can still remember it so vividly. So he got shot in the back of the leg. The cousin that hit him with the gun, shot him, he was like losing his mind over it because he shot his cousin. And these kids are still close. They grew up, we live side by side. And so it was my niece, my sister's daughter, and her husband, and she ended up having 6 kids. But she was a stay-at-home mom, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and I'm like, what? Well, anyway, got him to the hospital, and he had, I don't know, to this day, I'm like, why did we drive? Why didn't we call an ambulance? Well, because you got to wait for an ambulance in a little town. Anyway, so we just got in the car and drove like 80. And they, debrided the gunshot wound and pulled out the shrapnel that they could see. He had 17 pellets in him. He had 1 in a pinky, and down his leg, and the back of his leg had a hole about this big, and they measured this way, but they measured the depth of the hole. That was the important part. And it was black, like hamburger. Anyway, he had to go to Sioux City, which is about 80 miles, to be got released. I think he got released the next day and went to Sioux City. Had to get a skin graft, so they took the graft from the other leg, took a square about this. It was huge because it had to completely cover that wound. So I've been through that sickening feeling of, it's not like knowing your son lit himself on fire, though. That's totally different. But man, will this fit? Again, these things aren't backed. So anyway, that's going to be cute. You know what I could do? Since this isn't done, I think I will. I think I'll glue this. Well, I need to address this first. So that's cute. I'm good with that. So I went through that. That was terrible. And then he missed school for 30 days, and the home health nurse had to come in and scrub his wound every day and rebandage it, and he would scream because the big white elastic thing was like adhered to him. He still doesn't hunt. He never did hunt. He owns a gun for like shooting critters or whatever on his farm. He's got an acreage. But he doesn't hunt. But he never was a hunter. I think he was just tagging along that day. I mean, I'm sure he carried one. It's my older son that's the hunting fanatic. He's dragging home deer and everything since the time he was old enough to go. He was trapping and all the things boys do in the Midwest. Trapping furs and good clean fun, not like in the city where they're out gangbanging and holy cow, I saw a video this morning where they're looting clothes in California again. I'm sure it's not just California, but oh my God, you would not see that here. Well, I'm not saying you wouldn't see it here. It probably goes on and I'm just probably oblivious, but I think here there'd be some people stepping up and knocking some grocery carts into somebody. I don't think it would fly very good in the Midwest. I'll just say that. There would be some vigilante justice going on in that store. That's just terrible to do that to shop owners. Well, this has turned into a real, I don't know what kind of a podcast here. Maybe I need a podcast. Anyway, I took all my plants out this morning. I'm going to switch it up here. I opened my curtain in my bedroom and I have this great big, I had so many expensive plants outside last year. A lot of, if you know anything about succulents, they can be very expensive. And I had to bring them all in, except for the hen and the chicks. And they're all over my living room. I'm so sick of looking at them. I can't wait to get them the heck out of my house. But I took them out this morning and dumped water in them, gave them a big old drink. And they're out soaking up some sun. That'll work. That will work. I'm going to go a ways in. Let's start here. Okay, there we have a pocket for her, and she'll fit. And then, what else do we have? A little one. She's not going to work. This'll work though. That'll be maybe a good place for that. And a girl. Okay. I think that'll be it for today. I'll show you the beetles. This is from that other kit. We've got the Beatles. I think that's the Ed Sullivan Show. I need to round these corners. I haven't even backed it. And this is Joey's kit, but I've got the British Invasion. I think that was from Joey. I'm not sure. That's going to have to go like that. Then we've got the Herman's Hermits. Don't Go Out into the Rain. This must be one of their albums. the kinks, and I just made a tuck out of that. Then we've got Lulu. Remember Lulu in her little white boots? Marianne Faithfull. I can't remember who she was married to. And just a hippie picture. And the Stones. Who can miss that face? There's so totally, look at that hair right out of the 60s. Mick Jagger and his mug. Okay, let's see, Marianne Faithfull, Lulu. So that second kit I bought touched on this. 60s started, you know, very just pop, bright colors, mod, just a whole, you know, the hair and the eye, Twiggy. This is, I don't think that's Twiggy, but then it went into the mini skirts of the boots. Then it went into, you know, the love and peace, the hippies, that freedom movement, going to India and listening to sitar music with your guru and smoking weed or whatever they smoked. The whole love and peace thing in California hit. That was mid-60s. That was Vietnam era things. The protests started in the 60s. Haight-Ashbury with the hippies, Woodstock. It really evolved. This is right out of one of my teen magazines, Dear Jill. And then, if a boy and a girl were very, very fond of each other, whether at school or away from school, should the girl give more of her time and attention to her girlfriend or her boyfriend? This is cute. So this was from Joey's. It's an envelope. I put funk on it. He had that. That's in his kit. And this came from the new kit and the Groovy. And I've got an original teen order blank for the magazine. This is from a teen magazine. This is part of Joey's kit. Love it. These girls were not hippies, obviously. And then we just did this. I gotta stuff these pockets. So I will get some more stuff ready for this. I think this is so bright and fun. I want to get some original things in it. Okay. Oh yeah, look at here. This is from the new kit. The tie-dyeing started. Oh gosh. It was just a whole different ball game. This is Joey's. Yeah, I have to decide. I have more of the kit. I don't know where it's. I think I've left it in the house. So we will get that all cut out. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. If you made it all the way through, wow. Aren't you brave? I feel a sneeze coming on, so I'm going to say bye for now. Ooh, bye-bye.